Hey guys everyone, welcome to the episode of the Ninja Warrior podcast. Tonight we are covering part 5, the final part of the qualifiers for AW 13. This was definitely a big finale. Oh yeah, this was like the big all to end all of the Ninja Warrior qualifiers. It only was big. Yeah, it's big enough to really, want the gap week. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, following AW 13 episodes 4 and 5, there were the Stanley Cups, which was a hockey tournament. And I really gotta ask, why can't they just air this stuff on a Tuesday? Why do they have to air on Mondays?
Yeah, and this is also a problem coming up because this week's Ninja is not going because of the Olympics airing on July 24th. And why?
It's so annoying that Ninja, it is going every 2 weeks. We'll get 2 new episodes, gap week, 2 new episodes. Plus, I know this is the last time they're doing this, thank God. But this is not healthy for the season at all. They could easily lose ratings by doing this. And it is so annoying. If you look at Ninja Nation, which is how I'm getting all these air dates, we have stuff till September 13th. Which is way too fucking long for Ninja. This is actually the first time, not counting W12, because that was aired a lot later than was originally meant to. This is actually the very first time Ninja has actually aired in September. Because I'm pretty sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, future me, I'm pretty sure that AW11 was still in August when it finished.
Yeah, it might have been first week, but we don't know.
Yeah. Again, I'll probably correct myself with text. If I remember to. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Today we're covering episode 5. And yeah, let's get into it, starting with this episode's obstacles. So, it was mostly the same as last episode, with the first 3 obstacles, including the decision obstacles, actually being exactly the same. But then the final 2, then the 4th and 5th obstacles are completely different. First up, we have a new obstacle. Now, the obstacle 4 is going to be completely new, Total War. What do you guys think of this one?
It's a unique idea. I'll say that much, but it does remind me a lot of the flying ball, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you have to jump a ball off from different areas, and those areas will twist and turn. There's a method where you have to turn around in order to even face your next destination. I kind of like the way that works. It kind of makes the one a little longer. I'm kind of glad this obstacle also made a return in episode 6, because, again, I really did like it. Yep, and then we had Sideways returning from last year. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't really like Sideways, so I'm not surprised it made a return, but I'm like, why?
Yeah, I mean, you knew they weren't going to remove it, but still, it's not all that good. Sideways is just a little simple.
Yeah, that name is also, it fits. Don't get me wrong, it fits, but it is a little generic for my taste. But anyway, with that right there, let's head over to the ones. First up, we had Leif Sundberg, the sweetest ninja, who had a really incredible one.
Yeah, so we went to the first 2 obstacles, pretty normal, not fine. But then the 3rd obstacle, he chooses the log one for split decision. And then he trips and falls in that first log. He spends over a minute struggling and trying to let Shay back up, trying to fix himself. He does end up doing it, thankfully. But god damn it, that sapped his energy. So actually enough, he did make it through Tilt-A War, so he made it all the way to Sideways. Unfortunately, that was not enough to move along, which is just straight up criminal, but, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it kind of sucks. Except that what happened, because honestly, I would have loved to see him move on, especially after a one like that. He deserved to move on. Yeah, it's like how Alyssa Beard made it to the 5th obstacle, which usually would get you to move on, at least for women, but this time that did not end up happening. Yeah. But anyway, wait, after him, we had Megan Woe. Megan Woe has a segment about her being an axe store, and if I'm being perfectly honest, that's a really unique thing for a woman to be doing.
Well, I think it's unique in general because You don't generally see professional axe throwers, but, they're there. As a kid, I actually did a little bit an axe throwing activity at a carnival. I don't remember much of it, but I know I sucked.
Well, to be fair, like, axes are really heavy, and you're getting you out of position, like you said.
Yeah, at that event, they also had bow and arrowing as well, which I also sucked a fair bit much on as well. But honestly, I think the axe throwing was a lot easier.
Well, you don't have to like hold it like a bow and arrow, like you don't have to hold it like that. And I know you guys in the audio version you can't see this, but I'm actually showing emotion here.
It's you kind of have to, but yeah, I get your point. All right, but anyway, back to Ninja. Megan Wall made all the way to the 5th obstacle. Let's go sideways while falling and shit. Moving on in the women's top 5, so that was good. Right, then we had Nick Woodward in a fast forward segment. We found the 2nd obstacle, double down. And then we had Sophia Oster from last season, who ended up falling on block 1.
Yeah, then we had Abby Steffel, who had just the sweetest story.
Yeah, she has a story about her 2 kids, Molly and Haven. Molly has alopecia, and we've actually seen her a lot in Kevin Bowles segments. And on the silence of his one, so we actually got to see more of a development in her in terms of a person. And then we saw her son Haven, who has autism, and we see unique challenges that come with that. His autism seems more like blind bird card, if I'm being honest, because like he can actually talk about it, unlike some kids who like straight up just can't talk or have other challenges. So, it's an interesting look back. I'm kind of glad we finally got an answer to what this girl isn't going through, because Abby Steffel has competed in Ninja before. They haven't really delved into her story until now.
Yeah, basically. And Abby Steffel, she did really, really well, getting all the way to the 4th obstacle, total for falling.
Yes, once again, it was a really wonderful one. It was really good to hear Molly and Haven's stories. And Molly's actually competing on AEW Junior this year, so, I'm pretty excited to see how she'll do on that. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think she'll do too well, but we will see. Because, once again, like she says, they have that never giving up attitude that a lot of little kid ninjas have. Yeah, that's always good to have. When I was little, I always got complimented for that. Like in school, I would always get a merit for never giving up and stuff. It was like the one merit I would always get.
So, real quick, did your school actually enforce the merits? Because mine didn't do shit with them. I'm sorry.
What do you mean by enforce them?
Well, they would say they do them, but I don't really know if they actually did them.
Oh, that's what you mean. I don't really know what they did with them. I assume it's like they gave us these track awards, which were basically just little slips of paper, and the kind you got depended on your medal, depending on how many medals you got. But it was just for the outstanding kids, and it was always a joke in my school that it was always the really nice girls who would get it, and me. And all the boys would never get it, except the one time that one of the boys actually got it, and I asked myself, how the fuck did they get it? I still don't have an answer to this very day.
Well, it's been like 10 years.
I know, but still. But we're getting off topic here. After Abby Steffel, we had Courtney Timmons in a fast forward segment. She, along with Ilya Hall and Tatsumi Yanaba, all fell on the 2nd episode of Down. And then the next full one we had was, unfortunately, Flip Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm like, it might be late enough in the episode for him to be our first finisher, but you wouldn't think he would be the first.
Yeah, you'd think they would push out a veteran. They would not push out a veteran. They would push out like a Wookiee, one of the 15-year-olds or 16-year-olds or something, before they would push out someone like Flip to finish. And also, you would expect someone like Flip to actually get fast-forwarded.
Yeah, generally, if he finished, you would expect that. Because they just were fast-forwarding, the veterans, Sean Bryan.
Yeah, but anyway, Flip was actually shown, and that was because he failed on the 5th obstacle sideways, and that really did suck. It's annoying, because, this is the third time in a row he has fallen on the fifth obstacle. And he has done well despite that. He's hit buzzers in the city finals. He completed stage 1 in AW 11. And it's not just that, it's just only that, it does not set up a good season for him, because it's possible that he may not hit a buzzer in the semis. But I sure hope he does. Oh yeah, it would definitely boost up at least a little bit of his, It would definitely boost up a little bit of his season or whatever, because right now, it really just seems like he's just gonna, fall, and it does seem like he's just gonna have a horrible season and fall very early in the city finals. But I'd say it's very possible that he could move on and keep on going. Definitely. I hope that he doesn't end up moving on to Vegas, because if he would fall in the semis and not move on, that would just be very sad. Yeah. But anyway, football and fifth obstacle, and we're going to move on to the next person, who was
Cal Pujols. Right after football weekends, and Cal had a story about him and Flip, how they bonded, and how Flip knew Cal since he was 10, but now Cal is 15, so he's kind of going a little bit.
Yes, so Cal Pujols, he was one of the top people in AEW Junior. We talked about how he went out in the first round of the semis, and he was one of the top ones to win it, and unfortunately he went out pretty early, and is considered one of the top to win it. But anyway, he came onto the actual course and became the night's first finisher.
Yes. Then we had Nate Trackett, who had Country Singer Crystal Gale on his one, who was actually his cousin.
Yep, and there was nothing really about that. She kind of just was there. Cheered him on, all that. Then we had Taylor Amon, who's an Olympian. Well, they had to advertise the Olympics again, that they're airing on the day that Ninja is coming, because that's a great idea. Why don't we air, on the week that Ninja's here? Why not? Because we can't just have it, air on a Tuesday, because why?
Again, it's like, why? Why can't it? It's actually July 23rd, and I'm pretty sure it's actually skipping 2 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong, the air date is August 12th, which is actually another week later, I'm pretty sure, if I recall, because the Olympics are from July 23rd to August 6th, so I'm pretty sure we're actually missing 2 more weeks before Ninja comes back. And I'm like, can you guys just air it? I'm sorry. Air it at a different time, such as something. If they knew the Olympics were airing, they should have compensated and not have Ninja air. In addition, they could have easily have rescheduled the other 2 things, Stanley Cup and the other one that aired in the time slot. Why do they have to air it Mondays at 8 o'clock?
Yeah, basically what she's saying is just have Ninja air in a different time slot, or the other way around. We can get it if you can't reschedule these things, obviously. They were planned months in advance. But have Ninja scheduled for a Tuesday or something. Some time that isn't regular by the Olympics or the Stanley Cup or something. That way, you aren't losing viewers. It's at the same time slot every week. So, it sounds a lot better than just having it alternate between 2 episodes a week and stuff until the Olympics come, which take up 2 of those weeks. And then finally have it wrapped. We're like, guys, this is just annoying.
Yeah, this is the definition of annoying.
Yeah, I can't really call it not. But anyway, back to Amon. She had an Olympian Summer Sanders on her one. And Taylor Amon actually made all the way to Sideways and ended up moving on to the finals, so good for her. And then we had her cousin, Nathan Green, who ended up going out on Sideways. And the thing about his one is that he was on a bet with his twin brother, Marquez Green.
Yep, and we actually went out on the same exact point on Sideways. The reason why that matters is because is that the brother who had the shortest run would get their hair cut off.
Yep, and it was gonna look glorious. Yeah, so it ended up happening was that Marquez ended up having the shorter one, technically because of speed. Even though I honestly thought they would just do it just have them tie in instead of in the finals, but that's not the way to do it. They just do it here. So you had Marquez cut his hair, we could probably show that on screen. I mean, it didn't look horrible, but also didn't look good either.
It definitely was a change, but I also kind of like it. I think it looks a lot better than how it usually looked.
And it was meant to be a punishment. You think it actually looks better.
Yeah. I guess you're not supposed to, but I still think it looks better.
It's fine. But anyway, after him we have
Miles Avery in a fast forward segment. He also had Olympic guest Danielle Leva watching his run for whatever reason, and Miles Avery himself not falling on the second obstacle, double down.
Yeah, but then we had Nick Hansen, not the X1 Ninja, but another ninja named Nick Hansen. Wait, what do we have in my notes marked as Nick Hansen 2?
It makes a little sense. Why not?
Sure. Yeah, and it's funny. Now, Nick Hansen 2 fell on the fifth obstacle sideways, but then we had Jackson Twait. And he mentioned Jackson Twait is one of Nick Hansen's training partners. Which Nick Hansen are they referring to?
Yeah. Like, why couldn't they just put in their middle name? That would have been easier.
Yeah. Would have been a way to tell the difference. They put, like, they sometimes do that. They put, like, the first letter of the name, and then they could have easily have done that, and it would have been able to differentiate between the two Nicks. And actually given us a different person, other than someone who has the exact same name and looks exactly like him, so making us call him Nick Hansen, too.
Yep. That's basically it. But anyway, Jackson Twait had a really interesting story about his missing cat, Hades, who actually went missing only a couple days is after AW12 film, so that was a loss in May of 2020. So this time they told a story about her being missing, and this actually means that she was missing when AW12 aired, but because of when the stuff was filmed, he was actually fine then, so yeah.
He never got the chance to talk about it, but here he's actually been lost for over a year, so he is not fine and probably will never be found, unfortunately. But then he got a new cat, and they were talking about that. And then Jackson Twait actually took on the course, where he got the Mega Wall.
Yeah, this was probably the most unexpected Mega Wall. Like every season we've had one unexpected Mega Wall. Like, season 10, it was probably Ryan Stratus, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or maybe Chris Olszewski.
That was no, probably more Wachowski. But anyway, season 11 we had Scott Wilson, we had a Bergstrom for AW11, Evan, and now we have Jackson Twait from this show.
Yeah, again, it was really interesting to see. He was definitely not one I was expecting at the Mega Wall, but hey, good for him. And he's also the final person to get the Mega Wall, so nobody actually ended up trying to get aside from one other one, but none of them actually made the top.
Yeah, kind of sucks, but whatever. Anyway, after him, we had Captain NBC, Jamie Wan, in a fucking fast forward segment, damn it.
This is the, I think, fourth time they fast forwarded him in a qualifier. It's so annoying they keep on doing this, man. Captain NBC deserves to be short, especially when he completes the course.
Yeah, for sure, but unfortunately he did not do that this week. But it kind of happens. He tried to make a walk-in course but missed it. And he didn't have to win the course, thankfully.
Yep, but then we had his prize people, 18-year-old Sam Folsom, who also completed the course, so good for him. And then we had Maggie Owen, who had a story about being the prize people of Jesse Fucks the Black, 16-year-old, who actually completed AW Junior, not surprisingly enough. But Maggie did really, really well, getting all the way to Tulsa, and she almost actually completed the obstacle, but the ball slipped off the poles and she ended up falling right in the water. That's kind of sad way to go out, honestly, but, the worst things happen to the best of ninjas.
I guess that's a good way of putting it, but yeah, you're kind of right on that.
Yeah, and after her we had
Jake Heaps in a fast forward segment. He had to fall under a down. Then we had Avery Glance, another competitor from Ninja Junior, who ended up falling on a log runner. Then we had Louis Apache, who had a cape and this actually got in the way of his view on double down, so that's where he fell. It was kind of funny.
Then we had Chris Balance. Balance, I think it's his Balance. But anyway, he ended up being the night's next finisher, so good on him. Then we had his best friend, Levy and White, who ended up falling on the second who ended up falling in the second episode, Double Down. Then we had Tyler Yamauchi, who thankfully ended up becoming the night's next finisher. Then we had probably the most shocking fails of the episode, Chris Ganji ended up falling on Block 1. And man, if it wasn't for a certain other competitor who failed later on, this would be the most shocking fail of the episode by far.
Heck yeah, dude. Like, we're not gonna review it because obviously, we'll say that for the end. He's coming up. But, Chris Ganji, this was a really shocking fail, and I'm kind of shocked he didn't go that far.
Yeah, he's in the same position I'd say Thomas Sterling as well. It definitely wasn't expecting him to fall on the third obstacle. He make a fast forward so late into the episode, you'd think he would actually be a fast forward clear, but nope. Fast forward, shocking fail.
Anyway, after Chris Ganji, we had finally Kyle Shoji, who ended up making it all the way to the fifth obstacle sideways.
Yep, Kyle Shoji just barely went to the finals in 30th place. Keep that in mind because we will break it up later on when we talk about the final one. Well, anyway, after Kyle Shoji, we had
Ming Zhang in a fast forward segment. She ended up falling a double down. Then we have Logan and Broadbent, who showed us some impressive boomerang skills and started catching it with his feet. It was just pretty cool. And he ended up falling on sideways.
Then we had Brian Beckstrand, father of Kai Beckstrand. Brian ended up actually completing the course, so being one of the finishers. And we had Kai Beckstrand, his son, and he, of course, talked about how his whole family's in a ninja. His parents are competing on Ninja before, he's competing on it now. His siblings are competing on Ninja Junior, and he is competing on Ninja Junior, getting a third place in season 1. So, yeah, he's talking about that. And Kai actually ended up completing the course as well, so good on him.
Yeah, again, he's a competitor. Well, we'd expect more to say, but there wasn't really anything all that interesting. That's all.
Yeah, anyway, after Kai Beckstrom,
Joe Brown in a fast forward segment. He ended up falling on Double Down. Then we had Jamie Wass, football week's girlfriend, who ended up falling on the same place as Flip sideways. Then we had Jessie Flex the Black. Once again, she had a story about her being a mentor to other ninjas and little girls and stuff. She ended up hitting on another buzzer, so really good on her.
Then after her, we had Kyle Soderman, a veteran from EW11, who ended up completing the course was in 2:03. Then we had Hunter Joy doing completing the course in 2:04, literally 0.2 of a second more than Hunter Joy, than Kyle Soderman. Which is honestly pretty crazy, and I thought they were actually aiming to beat each other, so, yep. And then we had Cameron Baumgartner, who was actually scared they would cut because I saw him on the sidelines and didn't see him on the course, but Cameron was shown, and he ended up winning the course as well. And he actually became the night's final finisher, as the final award of the night, Michael Torres. Now, similar to what they did with Daniel Gill, they showed him last. However, he failed in the second obstacle. What makes it so significant, in addition to Michael Torres, this being one of the most shocking fails of the season, and since he's not actually moving on, I'd actually count this as a really shocking fail, because I literally was screaming. And I actually have a story about this, if I can tell it.
Why would we not let you tell a story?
Yeah, this is the perfect place where we can laugh at you. Thanks. Okay, so I was watching this one, and he failed. I screamed. My mom, who was in the other room cooking, she screamed back, "Shut up!" And I'm like, oh crap, I really did scream out, oh crap.
So, wait, you screamed so loud your mother heard you and screamed back?
Yeah, I have told the story in a comment on a video talking about the fail, but yeah, legit, that actually happened. Dawn, dude, just dawn. Yeah, so I actually have a personal story with this one, but anyway, yeah, Michael Torres, this was a really shocking fail for him.
Yeah, and because of this, Kyle Soderman got to move on, and because of that, they actually talked about him. Saving Kyle Soderman. I'm trying to save Kyle Soderman and Jimmy Choi, but that has not been happening, but he came close.
Yep, and also, speaking of Jimmy Choi, he was one of the cut ones for this episode. He was never mentioned, but he did end up failing on Double Down. Speaking of cut ones, on the list today was
Joe Messenger and Philip Scott not completing the course. Donovan Vittoria, Ben Martin, Sam Gray, Wu Yoi, Jason Barber, and Andrew Staniski, and Marcelino Wiley all failed on sideways.
Yep, and then we had the three people shut off in Akbar positive moments. Two veteran ones, Eric Middleton and Mike Solinsky, who both end up winning the course. Eric Middleton actually ended up leaking tomato whole ones, which honestly looks disgusting. This thing, and yeah, they did not like it as expected. But anyway, yeah, they both completed the course in Mike Solinsky. And then, of course, we had Jimmy Troy falling down. But the other woman who was shown on was Trinity Bush, who ended up falling on his running steps. And with that, that is the qualifiers of AW13.
Yep, 5 votes, and overall, all 5 of them were pretty good.
Yeah. All 5 of them. I'd say all 5 of them were really well put together and a lot of fun to watch. It kind of sucks they were put in the middle of, certain other things that could have aired on different days, or Ninja could have aired on a different day, but whatever. It's whatever. They make the decisions. If they want to tune Ninja down along with it and dumb down the waiting so the show gets canceled, I'm fine with that, we totally want that. Not.
Yeah, that means we can't bring this show to you guys, and we also can't really do much with this channel.
I'll give up on it again. That worked the last time, didn't it?
Kinda, actually.
Yeah, I didn't actually lose any traction, so realistically, it really wouldn't matter. But anyway, that is it for this episode of AW 13. I do want to talk about a few of these cut ones. It isn't me being mad about Eric Middleton and Mike Squincy getting pushed back to Akbar's Bosby moments. I'm also mad that they cut Donovan Vittorio and Wu Yoi, 2 veterans who we've seen do really well, especially Donovan Vittorio, who's actually playing the course last season, made it to the finals. So I think he deserves to be shown. There was also Philip Scott, who was a veteran from AW11. He did particularly well, but just the fact that he was spotlighted in AW11 and shown a lot just shows that they actually cared about him back then, and now they just cut him here. It's a little annoying.
Also, the fact that this is the first one they're cutting out Cleos, which, again, isn't really healthy. They should not be doing that.
Yeah, again, every Cleo should be shown, fast-forwarded at least. Yeah, I kind of get it. This time we had 18 Cleos. That's a lot. That's a lot to show in one episode, but come on. Just fast-forward them. They deserve to be shown. Yeah, exactly. Wait, if you can show 16 out of 18, you should show the other 2, but I'm not the production crew. But anyway, that's it for this episode of AW Junior. That's it for this episode of Ninja Warrior Podcast. Tonight we had a lot to discuss.
Yeah, putting the half an hour mark just now, so thank you for watching, everyone. We will see you guys next time as we cover the first one of the semifinals sometime later this week.
Yep. Sometime, I don't know when, probably Friday or Saturday, depending on movies to film, but, yeah, that's about it. That's all we have to say about this week's episode, and we will see you guys next time for episode 6. So, peace.